Hey everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a new vlog series, I guess. I'm going to rate all of the eyeshadow palettes I own. And I'm looking this way because I have them all over here. When I was looking at them, I realized that's a lot of eyeshadow palettes to rate. So I'm decided to do these videos in sections. And then what I might do is, out of my tops in each section, I will put those against each other and we'll see which one comes out ahead. I know I was going to do it like by brand and pick my top one and then go from there, but there are some brands that I believe the majority of the palettes I have would be in my top palettes, where some brands I have, none of them would be in my top palettes. So I didn't feel like that was fair. So I am going through these with you right now. I have pulled out 4 different brands right now, and depends on how many I have of each brand, but I've got 4 brands in front of me. We're going to look at each palette together, and then I'm going to rate those palettes by brand, and then that will jog my memory and make me think of, you know, maybe which one is a clear winner of these 4, or we'll just, I don't know. I'll just decide as I'm going along because I'm just making this up. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see where we go, what happens. I'm going to start with Nomad. I currently own, oh, my voice changed. I have 5 Nomad palettes. I do like Nomad. I don't feel I need all their palettes. I don't like a lot of repetitiveness. I've come to appreciate the value of $1 and about not needing everything that's coming out. And as long as I've got something similar, I'm good to go. I'm golden. So that's why I don't have everything of everything. I even stopped buying all of Huda. Heaven bled. Anyway, we're going to start with Nomad. And my dog is dreaming. Can you hear him? He's barking in his sleep. Okay, the first palette, I've just got them house stacked here, is my Nomad Land Elds. It's in Norwegian. I don't know what that means. Island Fire and Ice. I'll turn it over. Island Fire and Ice. I don't know. This one may have been discontinued. I'm not 100% sure. Give us some. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love the blues. This little pop of fire here. We got ice and we got some fire. I think these are very pretty shades. All of my Nomad palettes perform very well. So to me, they seem to be getting better and better though as they go along, but I have no issues with any of these Nomad palettes. But this is really pretty. I enjoy that one. So that's the first one I have. This is the first one I purchased. It's Nomad Hudson Valley. I like to pull this out in the fall. Look at that. These mattes are amazing in this palette. They really have great mattes. We only have 3 shimmers. They're right down, come on. Right down the middle are the shimmers. But the mattes are really gorgeous in this. And so, yeah, there we go. I like that one. Well, I like them all. I'm not going to say that anymore. The Cartagena Magica palette. So the plastic in that one. This is a very colorful palette. It's a really nice summer palette. This is not anything I wear in the winter, but it's a seasonal palette for me. I think it's really pretty. I do like these colors. I don't gravitate to this one as much. So right now, thinking I'm going to put it on the bottom of my stack right now. This one I was so excited to get. This one, they're a little dusty. I need to clean. I need to rearrange. I've already decided how I want to do a lot of rearranging in this room. I think it'll make me feel better. So that's coming up. I don't know if I'll film it or not. This is dirty and dusty. I am ashamed. I'm gonna get a clean brush. I'm gonna dust. I'm ashamed of myself. Here we are. Nomad Royal Europe. And I want you to, can you see this? I don't think the cover comes across. It's in layers. It's layered. I think you can kind of see how the light's hitting it. It's in layers. And these colors, as an artist, just blow me away. Look at that. This whole row is shimmers, and then we have all these mattes. I love a really good matte. I love a really good shimmer. We got some duochromes in here. I really, really like this palette. And you can tell I have hardly used it. I need to use this more often. To me, this is a good fall palette. Nice, rich jewel tones. I'll be using it in the fall. So, yeah, I think I'll put that there. And then last, but definitely not least, Ghost Town, USA. I love this lenticular. I don't know if I can get it to. It goes from, like, there we go, like saloon, and the guy's riding his horse in, and then it gets dark. It's hard to see on camera. There we go. And I think these have the most perfect shades. You've got a row of shimmer, a row of matte, shimmer, matte, shimmer, matte. I have this on. This is my, I know it's my absolute favorite palette. Absolute hands down. So, out of the Nomad, Ghost Town, USA comes in at number 1. I'm going to set that aside for right now. My Nomad comes in at number 2. So I'm going to set that aside. I think maybe 1 and 2 of each one should get me where, unless, I don't know, I'll make the decision as I go along. Hudson Valley comes in 3. Iceland Fire and Ice comes in 4, and then my Cartagena will come in 5. I do believe these two may be discontinued. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, that's what I have in Nomad, and that's my position on those. So these 3 are not in my top favorites, but I do really like them. So we'll move them over here. Next, I have 3 palettes from Melt Cosmetics, and I did not pay full price for any of these palettes. 2 of them came in mystery bundles, and 1 I did buy at a discount on Sephora. So we'll start with this one. I've got Rust. I don't know if that's Rust 2 or just Rust. Which Rust this is. I think that's just Rust. And here are the shades. This came in a mystery bundle, and I do really like it. I like it a lot. They have these matte. I really like this shade. You don't really see that lots of places. The mattes are really good in this palette. And the shimmers are okay. There's 3 shimmers. But the mattes are really nice. Next, I have the Gemini 2 palette. This palette is one of my favorite fall palettes. Look at all these beautiful mattes. We have 2 shimmers. They're not very shimmery. This one and this one. They're not very shimmery at all. But this color scheme, especially even with the greens, I like this a lot. This I'll put on top. And then last, this one is the one I bought on sale, was the Millennial Pinks. A lot of people do not like this palette. I can make it work. I don't mind it. It's very pretty. I do like the shimmers in this palette. So yeah, I like it. I can make it work. So now, these are my 3 melts. Yeah. The Gemini 2 is my favorite, and followed by, I think, Rust, then Millennial Pink. I am just going to move the Gemini 2 over to the pile to be considered in my tops. These other two, I do like them, or I wouldn't have them. But I don't think they're my top favorites. So we'll just move those aside. Next, Lunar Beauty. Now, with Lunar Beauty, two of my palettes are favorites. Not necessarily because they're great eyeshadow palettes. It's because they are Moonspells. I got Moonspell, the first one and the second one. Let me show them to you. Here's the first Moonspell. Just the whole having your own book of shadows, your spells. I love witches. That's one of the things. I like to watch movies and shows about witches. All kinds. Even, I loved Hallmark's The Good Witch. Did you watch that series and the movies? I love that. She's a good witch, right? But I do like witches. I've always loved witches. One of my first Halloween costumes, I needed to be a witch. So, this is my favorite of the Moonspells. And it may be my favorite Lunar Beauty palette. We'll see. But I do like that. Moonskip Spell 2. He comes out like, this one came out and then 2 years later this one. Well, it's been 2 years. I'm expecting volume 3. I'm waiting on it. But this is volume 2. It's mainly pinks and purples. I do like it. But like I said, these are top palettes for me because they are the Moonspell palettes. Yeah, so that's kind of hard to categorize. It's just my favorite palettes I own. Well, you know what? That is what my favorites are, right? I'm gonna put them in as contenders. Next, I have the Eternal Eclipse palette. This one I got, I think, in the mystery bundle. I'm pretty sure. And I actually really like this palette. I need to use it more. I really like how these colors perform. I really have not used it enough. But I do like that palette. And then last, I bought this one, the Siren Sunset. It's mermaids. And I love these shades. I really do. Water Nymph and Pink Pearl are two of my favorites. Here, I will swatch them. I wasn't going to swatch anything, but you can't really tell unless I show you. Water Nymph. Are you going to get off of me? There we go. Water Nymph has like a green undertone. Pink Pearl has a pink. Look. There, you can really see there. I love this palette. It's a top. Well, out of Color Stories, I think Siren Sunset comes first, followed by Moonspell, followed by Eternal Eclipse, followed by Moonspell 2. I do love my Moonspells. I think though I'm gonna move Siren Sunset and the first Moonspell over, and I'm just gonna set these two aside. Wow, this is difficult. Next, Pat McGrath and brain fart. I have two Mothership palettes. I thought I only had one. Then I'm like, oh no, I have two. I bought two. So, let me show you what I have in Pat McGrath. First, this one my friend Aiden from English Prof Style sent me. She purchased it. This came out Christmas, gosh, I don't know how long ago. She purchased it. It arrived with a shattered one. She pressed it back in. She got a replacement, but she sent me this. This one was the one that was shattered. These are nice. These are just like a little pop of shimmer. I don't use them that often, but I am going to keep them. So I've got that. Next, I just got this. All I've done is stuck my fingers in it. just from sticking my fingers in it, I think the mattes perform better than the shimmers in this. This one is the, and I'm going to keep it in the box because for some reason I'm keeping all of my Pat McGraths in their box. So there you go. This one is the Divine Rose Luxe Quad Eternal Eden. And there it is. Yep, there it is. 2 shimmers, 2 mattes. The mattes are really pretty. The shimmers, I was just a tad bit disappointed with. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little disappointed with those shimmers. I have not applied these on my eyes, so I can't really give it a full review. But just for this ranking video, I know it's not gonna be in my top favorites. Sorry, my battery died. That happens. So I don't know if we're lined up right, but it's okay. So anyway, like I was saying, I haven't tried this yet, but I know it's not going to be in my top favorites. So next I have, let's do this one next. I have got the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey Christmas palette. Not last year's, I believe it was the year before. It's one of the past palettes. It's in the red box. It's not the first one, it's the second one that came out. And I didn't like last year's. I guess I didn't like the first year's because it wasn't on my radar to purchase. I did purchase this one. I did like it. And I do like it. Let me show it to you. It's a little dirty. I kept the thing on the mirror because I don't really use the mirror. But these are very pretty shades. I don't reach for it as much as I should. This one has 1, 2, this one only has 4 mattes. Everything else is a shimmer or glimmer. There's only 4 mattes in this one. So this is nice to use with the other palettes, I would think. I do like it. Like I said, I don't use it as often as I should. I'm going to keep it. I do need to use it more. That's why I'm trying not to buy so many palettes. Sometimes you just have to. Like if a new Moon Spell palette comes out here this year, I will definitely be purchasing it. So there we go. So there's that. Let me lay it here. And then next, I have Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction and Mothership 9 Utopian Dreams. Let's do 9 first and then we'll go to 10. This is Utopian Dreams. I don't have any of the older ones. I've looked at them. I've thought about the Divine Rose, but now that I have this, I don't think I need a Divine Rose one. But here we go. Because there's 2 Divine Roses. This one I think is really pretty. My gold is a little shimmery there. There we go. It's very pretty. These Mothership palettes I do like over this palette. The special shades are nicer. Are these worth $125 or whatever they're selling for? No, I don't think so. I did not pay full price for any of my Pat McGrath. Even this I bought after Christmas on sale. So I would not pay full price for a Mothership palette. I would buy on sale. She has good sales. And like I said, I think I purchased both of these. They were like a Black Friday sales. You can get them for like, I think, paid maybe around $60, like half price. That I would say. So anyway, there's that one. And then this is number 10. This is the first one I purchased. When I purchased this one, I was wanting this one and it was sold out. So I went with this one and I'm glad I did. At the time, this was the new one. There we go. And I love these shades. They are not my norm. You know, I'm a rosy kind of gal. So that's why I really like these. I do have, you know, a bit of these 2 mattes have a bit of a rose tint to them. But I love this. You can see how that shade here, you see some purple, and it's a multi-chrome. But yeah, and these shimmers are just gorgeous. I do really like this palette. It I think I'm gonna put both. I think if I have to rate them, the Utopian Dream would come first. This one would come second. And then I think actually I would put this third. Then this one. And then this little one. I will add these two to my favorites back here. And that's it for this section. That's everything. Yeah, I'll write those down. I'm going to redo things and kind of rearrange. And so in part 2, we will do some more rankings. I'm thinking I might have at least 2 more videos to go through all my palettes, and then I'll do a final video ranking the winners. That's what I'll do, ranking the winners. Everything I've set aside will go into the final, and we'll just rank all of those and see where they come, and the rest we won't worry with. That's what we'll do. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.